So today's session that we have is very simple. What and how, right? हम CAT की बात कर रहे हैं, CAT preparation की बात कर रहे हैं. We are talking about what and how, right? So what we are doing and how we are doing, especially at this stage of preparation. Here I'm Sazil Shah. I'm your mentor. Uh, if you are a repeater, you might know me from the last year. मेरे साथ आपका पहला session है. So welcome to the session, right? And let's begin. What and how? What are you supposed to do and how are you supposed to do it, especially at this stage of preparation? पहले तो let me explain to you what this session means, what it is about. ये क्यों कर रहे हैं हम? ये क्या है? क्या हो रहा है? ये regular session तो है नहीं. ये quant, verbal, DILR, that's not what we are talking about right now. In fact, we'll be talking about all of those going forward. So these sessions, we like to call them mentorship sessions because we don't have a better word for it. So mentorship sessions ये हैं जो आपके साथ महीने में कम से कम 2 से 3 बार every Tuesday they'll be conducted exactly at this time, 8:30 to 9:30. Right, so it's a 1 hour session where we'll be talking. You see, we have a lot of sessions where we talk about quant, verbal, DILR, and so on and so forth. Going forward, we'll have sessions to talk about GDPI, right? But apart from that, there are a lot of things about strategy, about preparations, a lot of questions you might have, right? A lot of process-oriented discussions that we're supposed to do, and that is what these sessions are for. Here, people like me, mentors, top mentors like me, will come and talk to you about what you should be doing right now, and that is what these sessions are for. So we are starting with this series every year in April. I start this series, right, and it goes on to September, October, sometimes November. So every year on Tuesdays in April, we start these sessions. So you can expect these sessions to happen regularly on Tuesdays, at least twice a month. I'm just repeating that for everyone who came in late. Okay, so with that, let's begin the first mentorship session. That is what and how to prepare at this stage of preparation. How are we supposed to do it? So let's go for it. Let's see the agenda for today. Okay, so this is the agenda for today. We are going to start with the current stage of preparation, where you should be right now, ideally, non ideally, whatever, right? Where you should be. Second, we're going to talk about the common mistakes students make from here till September, October. How do you utilize the resources? What are the resources you have, and how are you going to utilize them? That's the third thing. What to practice? क्या करना है? Section wise कैसे करना है? मेरा section strengths क्या है? Weakness क्या है? All of those things that I have to identify. And how to practice it? What is the strategy and approach required? अच्छा, mocks कब देना चाहिए? Because if you know, 4 mocks have already passed by. CL में 4 mocks हो चुके हैं. अगर आप launchpad को भी consider करो January में, तो 5 mocks have happened so far. The 6th mock would be coming up. Okay, so mock strategy क्या होनी चाहिए? When should we take mocks? We'll talk about performance tracking and analysis, a lot of it. We'll talk about daily schedule and a 30-day action plan, and we'll talk about the resources that you have at Career Launch. Now, this is the agenda for the discussion. We will try to complete as much as we can in 1 hour. If I can't complete this in 1 hour, we will have another session next Tuesday and we will complete this. But this is the agenda. Okay. So before I move ahead, I want to say that this session is all about Q&A. So it's solving your real problems. So if you have any questions, please put them in the chat and let me take them up time to time. So that is what we are going to do. And let's begin with the session. Before I start it, I hope I am clearly audible. In case I am not, please let me know. There may be a slight lag in my audio and video, maybe because I'm visible from one device and audible from another. My laptop might just crashed before this session, so bear with me on that. And we have something in the chat. Okay, I'm audible. Thank you, Ayush. Okay, so let's start. The first thing that we are going to talk about, the first thing that we are going to talk about is the current stage of preparation. Technically, the first stage is over. Now, what do I mean by that? Some of you cat aspirants might have joined in way back in the June of the last year. Yes. Would have joined way back in June of last year. Some of you might have started even before that. How? Because you would have taken cat last year, so you are a repeater or a retaker of cat, right? And because of that, you might have started preparing 2 years ago. That is possible. Some people are taking cat for the third and the fourth time, right? So, assuming that you would have started sometime before, and there would be some of you who would have just started a week back, or 2 days back, or 3 days back. That is also possible. Ideally, in ideal situation, जैन से मार्च के बीच में your concepts and foundations would have been done. The basics would have been done. What if it is not done? सर मेरी तो फट गई because मैंने तो नहीं किया. What do I do? So don't worry. मैं इसीलिए I use the word ideally 2 to 3 times before this, because ideally ये situation होगा. Most of you would have started your preparation 6 months back, but you wouldn't have really started it till now. That's also possible. And that is okay. It's not okay, but it's okay. I'll tell you how. Okay. So ideally, your preparation should have started. The concepts, basics should have been clear. Now is when you start building on that. Now, when I say basics are clear, what do I mean? अगर मुझे basics of percentage पता है, तो मैं आगे SICI या simple interest, compound interest या profit and loss या और चीजें कर सकता हूँ. अगर मेरा रेशियो प्रोपोर्शन थोड़ा सा डन है, तो हो सकता है कि मुझे टाइम स्पीड डिस्टेंस एंड टाइम एंड वर्क एंड एलिगेशन मिक्सचर्स एंड एवरेज पार्टनरशिप्स वो इजी पड़ेगा. अगर ये दोनों हुआ है, परसेंटेज एंड रेशियोज के बेसिक्स, देन एवरीथिंग एल्स इन मैथ्स will may become easy, even geometry, because geometry will use these two concepts going forward. So this is what I mean by basics and concepts and foundations being clear. DILR में बात करें तो बेसिक्स अगर मुझे पता है कि मैं यार बेसिक अरेंजमेंट्स कर सकता हूँ या टेबल्स पढ़ सकता हूँ, तो आई कैन स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन द कैट लेवल LRDI स्लोली एंड स्टडीली. राइट, सेम इन वर्बल. अगर मैं थोड़ा आरसीज कर चुका हूँ, थोड़ा रीडिंग कर चुका हूँ, कुछ तो मैंने शुरू किया है इन द फर्स्ट 2-3 months or 5 months or 6 months, then I am in a good place to build up my speed. Okay, so practice and speed building is the phase that is going on right now. Now coming to those kids, those of you who might say कि सर मैंने तो कल ही शुरू किया है, हफ्ते भर पहले शुरू किया है, महीने भर पहले शुरू किया है. गुड. तो तेरा कंसेप्ट बिल्डिंग एंड फाउंडेशन एंड प्रैक्टिस एंड स्पीड बिल्डिंग साथ में चलेगा, बिकॉज तूने अभी शुरू किया है. Right? So make sure, yeah, Nitya, you have a question. Could you put it in the chat, please? I don't think you can. You have a choice to unmute here. That's by choice, by design, right? So you can put your question in the chat. So those of you who started a week or a month back, don't worry, don't fret. Okay, your concept building and your speed building and your practice and all of that will happen simultaneously, and that is where you need a plan, you need a structure. Cat is not a test of intelligence. Cat is a test of structure, being organized, falling down and having to. It's not a test of not falling down in your prep. It's a test of falling down and getting back up again and again. That is the whole game. Okay, those who've done it last year, those who are repeating cat can tell me, and that this is how it is, right? देखो एक बात बताता हूँ. Let me start with a statement here that cat is like a roller coaster, right? Like life, cat is a roller coaster. Now what do you mean by that? So cat का ये जो journey है, it will take you up, it will take you down, it will crash you a couple of times before you have fun. Okay, so that's how life is. That's how cat is a short roller coaster in that sense. Okay, so I hear you in the chat, Kajal. Kajal just joined the meeting. That meeting was at 8:30. If you joined late, you can go back and watch it again. I cannot repeat everything I said in the last 10-15 minutes. Okay, okay. So हम लोग ने अभी शुरू ही किया है by the way. So concepts and foundations, practice and speed building. Now you would see that मैंने practice and speed building I've said April to August. So you have a good 4 months or more to do your practice and speed building. उसमें से आधा से ज्यादा अप्रैल चला गया है. So 4 months, 4.5 months to prepare. Okay, and practice. However, जून से मैंने बोला है mock tests will go crazy. So mock tests have already, as I told you, started, right? 5 mock tests have already happened. Four plus launchpad. 5 have happened. The sixth one is coming up. By June, you will be in a crazy load because तब तक तुम सब एक दो मॉक्स दे चुके होंगे. Hopefully तुम लोग सब पांच पांच मॉक दे चुके होंगे. That's the ideal scenario and that is how it should be. If you're not taking mocks right now, it is a big problem. But I'll talk about that later. And then the stage 4 where you need to reach your peak in November. ठीक है, प्रॉब्लम क्या होगा पता है? I don't want to peak in September and then fall in November. I don't want to peak in December, January. I want to peak in November. So if I get nervous while I'm preparing in August and September, it is a problem. Because most of you will not peak in August, September, October when you're writing your mocks. So don't worry about it. Okay, we'll talk about that in September, August. But right now, this is the process. Okay, what this stage, right now, the stage that you are in, what does it demand? It demands that concepts are ongoing and it is time to apply and build speed. So, first of all, stay with the topic that is going on in the class. What if I've missed some classes or missed some topics and yeah, class to main attend kiya tha, sir, but I'm not done my practice of that or the exercise of the funda books of those chapters? It is okay. It is all right. आज जो चल रहा है उसको पकड़. So first of all, whatever is going on in the class, whichever stage you are in, those of you who started 8 months back and are done with half the course in the class at least, don't worry, catch the course from where it is right now. Those of you who are 2 months into the course and have not taken those 2 months seriously, it is okay. Catch the course where it is right now. Those of you who started a week back or a month back, don't worry. Catch the course from where it is right now. Along with that, pick up one topic at a time, and clean it up. Even if you do this one topic per week, you are in a good place. So all topics may, what you've missed or what you have not practiced or whatever it is, pick one topic per week, one in Quant, one in DILR, one in verbal, and keep practicing. I will give you a practice plan today, right, or what you should ideally be doing to go ahead. Okay, so concepts are ongoing. It is time to apply those concepts and build speed. Focus is learning, of course, but also practicing with intent. Now, what does this mean? What is the ideal process? Can anyone tell me what is the ideal process that I should be following? Let's take Quant for example. Okay, I have a lecture of, let's say, let's take any example, random example, time and work. Okay, so before I go for the lecture, have I been able to go through some part of time and work? How do I go through it? There are foundation videos in my my zone account. Can I go through the foundation video of time and work? That's it. If I have some more time and some more curiosity, can I pick up the funda book and do some solved examples that gives me some base to understand what is being taught in the classroom? This is how actually things need to be done. Then when you go to the classroom, you have class sheets that are being solved. So in the class sheets, you will be able to understand the concept better. Once you are done with that concept, go and solve within 24 hours or 48 hours at max. You should have done the funda book exercises, the book exercise. So class sheet complete, exercises complete. So within 48 hours, what did I do? I pre-read for the lecture. I understood the lecture, what was being taught, and the class sheet. And then I practiced that in the funda book. And then I reach out to my faculty members, Telegram group, doubt solver, wherever, and get the doubt solved. So within 48 to 72 hours, I'm done with the chapter at least 80% thoroughly. Then comes the topic tests. On my zone, you go and this is the ideal way to do it. Why I'm giving you an example of Quant is because this process is the best followed in Quant. But DI में भी हो सकता है, VARC में भी हो सकता है, right? But it's easier to understand. Every session must have a clear goal, the topic, difficulty, timing, and this is where CAT rank is really decided. CAT rank है ना, आपको हर टॉपिक अच्छे से नहीं आएगा, बट हर टॉपिक पे मेहनत जरूर करनी होगी. That is the difference. Okay. Sure. Let me look at some questions before I move on, just so that some of you are relaxed about the questions you have. Bipin says, "Sir, I'm feeling stuck right now. My final SEM exams are coming up. Okay. What else? I have PGCET exam along with CAT prep. How can I manage these things?" So first of all, PGCET I'm assuming is also MBA wala PGCET. Okay, which has the same course, Quant, Verbal, TILR, maybe Visual Reasoning. I don't know if it's Maharashtra CET you're talking about or some other CET you're talking about. So Bipin, don't worry. These are two different things which have the same syllabus. Now talking about exams, you are a college student. More than 50% of the students who are taking CAT, or maybe 70%, are college students. Though those who are not, the rest of the 30% or 40%, उसमें से भी more than half are working. So let me tell you, your problem is not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is for the guy who is working, because he is working for whatever 8-9 hours. Sometimes if he doesn't have a remote working possibility, he is traveling also. So he spends 10-11 hours in traveling to the office, working and coming back tired. So he or she cannot prepare as, or does not have as much time at hand as you do, because you're just in college, right? You have whatever 5, 6, 7 hours of college. If you are a BCom BBA student, it might just be 4, 5 hours. I don't know. So I'm just saying that it is not a problem, because most of the people are in the same boat as you are. The only people you think might have it easy is the guys who have a gap year. जो जॉब भी नहीं कर रहे हैं, जो कॉलेज खत्म कर चुके हैं, they have it the best because they have all the time in the world, but their pressures are different. Give me a yeah, I here, yes here. For all those people who are repeating, उनका प्रेशर बहुत बड़ा है मेरे भाई. सो सबसे इजी तेरा काम है, तू कॉलेज में है तो तेरे को सिर्फ कॉलेज की स्टडीज को बैलेंस करना है, हो जाएगा. क्या होगा, हाउ डू यू डू इट, आई विल कम टू दैट विपिन. सो व्हेन यू हैव एग्जाम्स, सेमेस्टर एग्जाम्स, कैट का प्रेप थोड़ा बैक सीट ले लेगा, एंड एग्जाम विल टेक अ फ्रंट सीट. व्हेन सेमेस्टर इज ओवर or during the semester, your semester preparation will take a back seat and your CAT will take a front seat. So that's how you'll have to balance the whole process. And everyone does that. I did that in my time. Okay. So Bipin, your problem is genuine, but वो सबका problem है, तो it's a common denominator. So let it be. ठीक है, तो उसका लोड मत बना. That's it. Utsav is asking me, sir, I'm practicing 50 to 60 questions per day. Brilliant. Nice, Utsav. 5 to 6 DILR sets, but after this, I'm not able to focus on VARC. हाँ तो 50 to 60 questions कौन के कर रहा है, मत कर. 30 questions कर, but VARC के 2 RCs कर. I'll come to that. I'll come to the plan. Okay. So Utsav, we'll hold that question for a while. Coming to ऋषि, अच्छा ऋषि के पहले, sorry, हाँ ऋषि's question next. Sir, so how to clear backlog in Quant, as we have practiced half arithmetic at home and in class algebra is going on. Very good. Algebra चल रहा है ना. As I said, algebra को पकड़ के रख. Stay with the course. Stay with the class. Okay. Do those things perfectly. Don't let it add to the backlog. So algebra को पकड़ ले. when you are slightly relaxed 1 or 2 weeks down, तुझे लगे कि नहीं मैंने algebra पकड़ लिया है, भले आता नहीं आता but rhythm बैठ गई है, you pick up one chapter from arithmetic in a week, one chapter, another week another chapter, third week third chapter, fourth week fourth chapter. In the next 2 months, you will see that you are done with algebra and arithmetic. But you will need structure. You will need to be persistent. उसका कोई क्या बोलते हैं? There is no substitute to that. Okay, right, Rishi? Coming to Nitya's question. Oops. Sir, I am a working professional and can invest to 2.5 hours on an average daily, where 4 days a week is classes. How to manage? Nitya, you have a weekend, an entire weekend to prepare. But yeah, again, you are in a competition with those people who have work experience, who have the same problem, right? Again, so it is a common denominator in a way. So don't worry. Use the time you have, right? That's all you have to do. You can't make time. Okay? Maybe you can snatch an hour from sleep. That's what you can do. Maybe if you're traveling to the work, you could do some reading, maybe a reading practice there online. So snatch that time that you have. And if you still can't do it, it's okay if you pull the weekend. Can we do that, Nitya? Yeah. Good questions though. तो साक्षी का भी वही क्वेश्चन है, हाउ डू वी मैनेज ऑफिस एंड कैट प्रेप sorry, how should the schedule look like? So schedule, Nitya and Sakshi, is a very individual thing, right? Someone might be a morning person, someone might be an evening person, someone might get tired after coming back from office. The people, they have different ways. Some person might require 1 hour to understand a topic, someone might require 2 hours to understand a topic. So basically, you make your own schedule. It's not important what is the schedule, it's important to follow your schedule. It is also okay to fall down from the schedule, but pick it up. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay, Prakhar, tera bhi yahi question hai. So the same answer follows for you. Okay, okay. So I'll take more questions a little later. For now, let's move on to the agenda, right? And we'll come back. Okay. Common mistakes that students make, especially at this time. So one is practicing without reviewing errors, which means what? So someone said I practice 50 questions a day. Very good if you do 50 questions a day. Have you seen how many of them you got right or wrong? Why you got them wrong if you got them wrong? If you got them right, did you spend too much time on it, or could you have done it in some other way which could have made your process faster, increased your speed to solve that question? Right? So practice without reviewing errors is a mistake. You do practice, but also review the errors. क्या गलत हो रहा है? Very important, right? Because completing sets is not equal to learning. Set complete karna is one thing, learning is another. If you do 50 questions, instead if you could do 30 questions and review, it will help you more probably, right? Okay. It's a mistake to skip questions, skip the weak sections and only. So a lot of us do this. Okay, मैं भी करता था. मुझे quant बहुत पसंद था. तो किसी को कुछ बहुत पसंद है तो वही करता रहता है. I used to keep doing quant only. Even though verbal was a relative strength for me as compared to others, it was not a strength as compared with quant, because मैं उसमें weak रह गया, because मैंने practice नहीं किया. Then I picked it up and I made it right. So make sure that you don't skip your weak sections and only focus on strengths. उल्टा भी होता है कई बार, है ना, कोई बोलता है कि यार मेरा quant weak है, मेरा verbal strong है, let me work on quant, and then he only picks up quant for the next 2 months to realize कि जो उसका strength था verbal, उस पर तो capitalize नहीं किया, उस पर leverage नहीं किया. How is that right? तूने अपने strength को ही strengthen नहीं किया, उसको leverage नहीं किया, तो क्या किया? So it's a balancing act that you have to go with, right? So till November. Okay. Another mistake people make, the third one, is starting mocks too late. लोग बोलते हैं क्या पता है, मैं अगस्त में खत्म करके उसके बाद दूंगा, मैं सारे मॉक्स कलेक्ट करके अक्टूबर नवंबर में दूंगा. That is the stupidest thing you could do. in cat prep. Absolutely stupid. I'm using a very harsh word, but then that's what it is. Why? So पहले तो हम लोग गधे नहीं है. हमने जनवरी में फर्स्ट मॉक रखा है, लॉन्च पैड. फेब्रुवरी में एक मॉक, मार्च में एक मॉक, अप्रैल में दो मॉक, दो या तीन मॉक्स, व्हाटएवर, राइट? सो वी थिंक मॉक्स आर इंपॉर्टेंट, राइट? देयर इज अ रीजन बिहाइंड दैट. वो लॉजिक तो समझते हैं, बट लॉजिक नहीं भी समझ में आता तो ये तो सोचो कि तुम्हारे गुरुज कुछ सोच के ये कर रहे हैं, right? So if you're not writing mocks right now, that's a problem. It is not important to score high in mocks right now. You are not going to get a 99.9 percentile in mocks right now. Be happy. Sometimes you might have come with a 99 percentile dream, but you might start at a 40-50 percentile also. That's possible. But it is still very, very important to take mocks. Why? There are many reasons. The biggest one is being familiar with the test, getting familiar. That is the most important part. CAT is not like your college exam or school exam. It is not about scoring, doing all questions, scoring high marks. It's not about that. There is something called negative marking, which will also lower your score. So it's also about making decisions of what question to pick and what not to pick. Even if I feel that I can do this question, but I know that I've spent 3 minutes on it, it's a decision whether to go ahead or to leave that question. Those decisions need practice. It needs a sort of a mental muscle memory. Physical muscle memory hota hai na, right? When you keep doing something, right, that muscle sort of gets trained to remember that. So if you're a runner, you keep running and your muscles get trained. They have a certain memory about it, right? So similarly, there's a mental muscle memory about this also, of how to select a question, how to eliminate a question, how to eliminate options, how to अंडरस्टैंड कि बहुत टाइम चला गया है, मुझे इस क्वेश्चन पे और टाइम नहीं वेस्ट करना चाहिए. ये सब चीजें समझ में अभी आएंगी. So if you start doing this now, you will start seeing the changes in June or July or August or maybe September. If you start now, if you start in September, those things will start appearing maybe in November or December. जब CAT हो चुका होगा, it will be done. It will be too late. So if some of you have this in mind कि सर मैं अक्टूबर में करूंगा, तो बेटा मैं बोल रहा हूं अक्टूबर में मत, या सितंबर में करूंगा या अगस्त में करूंगा. डोंट स्टार्ट इन अगस्त, सितंबर, अक्टूबर. स्टार्ट योर मॉक्स इन January 2027 फॉर द नेक्स्ट ईयर. Sorry for the dramatic pause there, but let it sink in. मैं अगले साल मैं बोल रहा हूं, अगर अगस्त सितंबर तक वेट किया, then you are pushing your CAT to next year. This CAT you'll have to forget. Okay. Sorry if I'm scaring you. It's only this part because every year students फिर भी नहीं सुनते हैं. मॉक बाद में दूंगा, एक मॉक देते हैं, डर जाते हैं, and then that the purpose is to learn from that mock and apply to the next mock, learn from this next mock and apply to the subsequent mock. You keep learning and applying, and that is what increases your score. Not just studying, not completing your course. Course has nothing to do with mocks ka score. Okay, I've said enough about this. Let me move on to the next point. I can answer some questions after some time. So no fix. There's a problem if people have no fixed study schedule. So those of you ask me कि सर कॉलेज में हूँ क्या करूँ, वर्क एक्स है क्या करूँ, 2.5 hours मिल रहे हैं क्या करूँ. Have a fixed study schedule. At a fixed time you should be studying. Whether that is 5 o'clock in the morning और काम से आके खाना खा के 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the night, whatever it is, or 5-6 hours on the weekend, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 4 p.m., whatever, pull it. Have a fixed study schedule. No random unplanned practice. If you do random, it is useless. You'll do for 2 days, third day you'll not do it. Okay? Okay, another mistake is over relying on random resources. Random resources, किसी ने बोला ये इसका मैथ्स अच्छा है,
किसी गधे का मैथ्स अच्छा पढ़ा रहा है, कोई गधा तेरे को ये ज्यादा अच्छा दे रहा है, अरे भाई तूने एक जगह पैसे दिए हैं ट्रस्ट करके, कुछ सोच के, उस बंदे ने एक सिस्टम बनाया है टू टेक यू थ्रू, तू वो सिस्टम नहीं फॉलो कर रहा है, तू रैंडमली इधर उधर से चीजें पकड़ने की कोशिश कर रहा है। इस चक्कर में क्या होता है, स्टूडेंट्स क्या करते हैं, students spend nahi. Students waste the time, while away the time collecting resources without knowing that the resources that you already have. अब चाहे आप कैट के सीएल के स्टूडेंट हो या किसी और इंस्टीट्यूट के स्टूडेंट हो, मैं उसके लिए बोल रहा हूँ, यार हमारे पास टेंस ऑफ थाउजेंड्स ऑफ क्वेश्चंस हैं, थाउजेंड्स ऑफ वीडियोस हैं, फैकल्टी सपोर्ट है, डाउट सॉल्विंग मैकेनिज्म है, follow it to the team, take the mocks, analyze those mocks, and do it right, and follow the process. And you're done. Don't just go relying on random resources or collecting resources. That's the worst thing you could do to yourself. And then you will come next year. सर एक और बार कैट देना पड़ेगा, you know, that kind of a thing. Don't do that. हमें इस साल क्रैक करना है. Okay, last two mistakes that people make. Attempting too many questions without deepening accuracy. So मैं जो बोल रहा था कि let's say the one who was saying 50-60 क्वेश्चन करता हूँ, तुम 80 क्वेश्चन भी कर सकते हो, बट 80 की जगह 40 ही करो ना, but deepen your accuracy. Work on that. And finally, not tracking time per question. Yeah, it is not important for me to solve a question. It is important me to solve a question in a given time. Otherwise, it's not worth solving the question. हाँ ठीक है, डीएलआर सेट आज होते नहीं है मुझसे सर कैट लेवल के, तो मेरा टाइम जाता है, आई टेक 1 hour एंड समटाइम्स आफ्टर 1 hour ऑल्सो आई एम नॉट एबल टू सॉल्व, दैट इज ओके, वी नो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, बट एटलीस्ट कीप अ ट्रैक कि मुझे इतना टाइम लगा, वहां पे मेरे पास कितना टाइम होगा to solve 3 out of 5 DILR sets for 40 minutes. I'll be able to solve 3 sets. So roughly I'll have 12, 13 minutes, 10, 12 minutes, 12 minutes to do an RC, a DILR set. If I have 12, 13 minutes to do a DILR set, and I took 45 minutes, at least 12th minute पे मुझे पता होना चाहिए कि मैं कहाँ पे हूँ. Slowly we'll get there. It'll take time. It'll take a long time. But we have time. Okay? So not tracking time is a big mistake. Okay? So that's that. Let me go on to some questions before I move on. बाप रे बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आ गए, लेकिन मुझे लेने दो. So Anis said, I joined yesterday. What should be my daily prep plan if I find English a bit difficult in real life? When should I start with the mocks? You should start with the mocks now. If you've not taken a mock, take the mock. Okay, period. ठीक है. As for what I should do on a daily basis and with English, I'll come to that, Anis. So just wait a while. Okay. Nitya says, is it okay if I don't practice daily and do it only on weekends? I believe, Nitya, you should take out, even if it is half an hour, na? Should take out half an hour to do some practice. One day Quant DI, one day. So best thing. Okay. So Nitya and people have who are working right now, who have the work experience and don't have the time, right? At least do the daily dose every day. डेली डोज का पर्पस वो है कि आप कुछ और नहीं करोगे तो सारे सब्जेक्ट्स की प्रैक्टिस विद इन 2 days हो जाएगी. वन डे वीए एंड क्यूए, वन डे आरसी एंड डीआईएलआर. सो इन 2 days you will have done 4 small tests, so you will stay in touch with the practice. Okay, daily dose is the best resource you could have, by the way. मॉक से भी ज्यादा मॉक्स तो शुरू करो, डेली डोज शुरू करो. दैट्स द बिगेस्ट benefit you have of being a CL student, by the way. Okay. So Nitya, that answers your question. Bhavik का एक question लेता हूँ, फिर we'll come back to the slides. Hi sir, I have joined CL courses in March, but the batch already began in Feb, which is okay. I have missed some classes offline. All right. So first, so you follow the blueprint I shared, right? Watch the fundamental funda books, right? Funda videos also. Solve the workbooks, class sheets, evaluate the topic test. That's a perfect thing you've caught. from me, Bhavik, today. So I'm very happy about that. Um, will I be able to understand the topics correctly? Yes, you will be. And still, if you have questions and you said you are an offline student, go to the center. Talk to the faculty कि मैं इतना करके आया हूँ, मुझे doubt है, बताओ. Help me with this. Okay? Okay, so back to the slides now. We'll come back to the questions. Lavanya's question we'll start with. Okay. Uh, okay. So how do you utilize the resources and what all resources do you have? So मैं ये सारी चीजें आपके पास है पहले बता देता हूँ कि what all do you have? Most students don't even know what they have. Okay, so topic tests, topic wise concept practice. So if you've done this, I give you an example, time and work here. I've solved it from the Funda book. I've done the exercise. I've done everything, class sheet and all that. Now I want more practice in the coming week. I'll take 2 or 3 topic tests to test myself. कि मैं भूल तो नहीं गया after 3 days, after 7 days. There'll be checks. So I should do 2 or 3 topic tests at least. Then I should do sectional tests. What are sectional tests? Sectional tests are sections. VARC, DILR, Quant. And it's a mix of all topics. So not only time and work, but also time and work and geometry, which I've not done, and linear equations and quadratic equations, all of that put together in Quant. So even if I've not done something, I should take the sectional test. Why? Because there will be some questions you will be able to do on the basis of logic also. And that will help you understand कि ये question logically इस तरह से भी हो सकता था. That's a big learning. जो जुगाड़ solutions हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, वो जुगाड़ solutions ऐसे ही बनते हैं. Where a student doesn't know the formula, but he gets the answer. And that is a skill which is very important in CAT. You don't need to know the formula. If you know the formula, great. आपका काम हो जाएगा. But कितने formula याद रखूंगा यार, नहीं याद है मुझे. I can still solve questions. GP solves questions that way, not with formula. Okay, so sectional tests are very important. Full length mocks, which is mock cats, right? Which I already told you about, so I'm not going to repeat that. Daily dose, most useful of all these. Okay, रोज का practice होगा आपका mixed practice, अच्छा सा छोटा सा test, small 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay, quickly, just in the chat, how many of you actually do daily dose tests? At least 3 to 4 days in a week, if not all days. Jaldi se. Sakshi does it. Very nice. Sakshi, Harshita, Ayush, Kajal, Digvijay, Harshit, Ansh, Trishita. Very good. How many of you find it useful? Just say yes if you find it useful. For a daily, the purpose is daily touch base of the topics. Everyone says yes. Brilliant. Then those who are not doing, I don't understand why you're not doing it. Attach a time. और उस fixed time पे करना है हमें. Okay. So this is about the practice and testing part. The learning and revision part, you have foundation videos. अगर नहीं समझ में आया lecture, वापस भूल गया मैं, you can go back to it. So foundation videos are for your ready reckoner. ठीक है? Then you have something called readings. Now online students or offline students, physical classroom, आप जो भी student हो, you all have foundation videos. It is for everybody, all CL students. ओके, त्रिशिता का क्वेश्चन मैं ले लेता हूं, बिकॉज त्रिशिता उसका नाम डेली डोज है. सो त्रिशिता इज आस्किंग सर, बट द प्रॉब्लम इज इट गेट्स लॉक्ड अप if I miss it, and hence it gets missed out. Trishita, that's a feature, not a bug. If you know what I mean, it's a daily dose. It's supposed to be done daily, else you lose it. अगर मैं डेली डोज को अगर लॉक नहीं करूंगा ना, तो आप डेली बेसिस पे लोगे नहीं. हर बार सोचोगे कल दे दूंगा, कल कर लेंगे के चक्कर में यू विल जस्ट कीप पाइलिंग इट अप लाइक यू डू विद मॉक्स राइट नाउ और सेक्शनल्स राइट नाउ. So daily dose makes you do it daily or you lose it. You can't even see the questions again. Okay, good, fine. So it's a good question, Trishita. Thank you so much for asking, because it clears it out for a lot of people. Okay, now we come to foundation videos, then reading zone. Reading zone is a khan matlab mine of reading material. CAD related reading material for you. Good quality resources just for reading practice. Start with this is all in your my zone, by the way. All of this. Okay. Class sheets to hai, right? And funda books, right? So all of this is there in your my zone. All right. Sectional test का थोड़ा सा आइडिया देता हूं मैं आपको एंड आई एम क्विकली गोइंग विद दिस बिकॉज यू शुड नो हाउ इट इज. हर महीने में फेज 1 फेज 2 फेज 3 फेज 4 फेज 5 45 sectionals 15 per section. So Quant के 15 DLR 15 DRC 15 are going to be launched 3 per month per phase, right? In a way. So मार्च अप्रैल में 9 टेस्ट निकलेंगे 3 3 3. देन मई जून के बीच में 3 3 3 9. July, August में 3 3 3 and so on, right? So 5 phases में we are going to release 45 sectional tests. Why? In a phased manner. We don't want people to utilize सब quant पकड़ के सब quant पेल दिया. 15 के 15 sectional test 2 महीने में खत्म कर दिए, verbal में कुछ नहीं किया. We don't want to do that. We don't want a student to do that. Hence, we will give in a phased manner. धीरे धीरे release करेंगे. Okay, so that is the logic. All right. सो मूविंग फर्दर मॉक प्रैक्टिस. मैं बार बार ये बोल रहा हूँ मॉक टेस्ट के डेट्स देख लो भाई. फ्लेक्सी 1 2 3 हो चुका. ये 1 2 3 के पहले आपका लॉन्च पैड भी हो चुका जनवरी में. एंड देन 4 ऑल्सो हैपेंड इन अप्रैल इफ आई एम राइट. करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग. मुझे याद है 4 हो चुका है. सो 5 आने वाला है. सो बेसिकली आउट ऑफ द 31 मॉक्स 5 आर डन. That is almost 1/6. 15% of the test series is done. Understand where you are. You could have started yesterday, but 15% mock test series ho chuki hai, and it's okay. You can still take it. If you no need to panic. I'm not doing this to overwhelm and panic you. I'm just saying that don't wait for a muhurat to start. The test series. Please don't do that. Okay. Let me take some questions at this juncture. The last question I took was Lavina या लविश का कुछ नाम था उनका. Lavanya. Okay. Lavanya says, hello sir, I'm finding it really hard to maintain a grip over both quant and logical reasoning. So first of all, Lavanya, at this stage, it is okay if you find it difficult to have a grip on any of the subjects. As far as you are continuously practicing and testing yourself. Practicing is different and testing is different. तो एक सब्जेक्ट पढ़ के क्वांट का चैप्टर पढ़ के उसका प्रैक्टिस करना, टॉपिक टेस्ट, फंडा बुक्स, क्लास शीट्स इज वन थिंग. एंड टेकिंग मॉक्स, डेली डोज, टॉपिक टेस्ट इज अनदर थिंग. ओके. ये दोनों चीज अगर आप कर रहे हो तो आप सही ट्रैक पे. फर्स्ट, फर्दर क्वेश्चन दैट शी आस्क्स इज द लास्ट आई स्टडीड मैथ वाज इन 10th grade. परफेक्ट. तो लवन्या एक बात बताता हूँ. आई अज्यूम दैट यू आर अ कॉमर्स और आर्ट्स स्टूडेंट बिकॉज यू से कि तुम्हारा 10th ग्रेड के बाद मैथ्स नहीं पढ़ा है. साइंस स्टूडेंट्स एंड इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट्स 10th के बाद मैथ्स पढ़ते हैं 11th 12th में, इंजीनियरिंग में फर्स्ट सेकेंड ईयर में. बट वो मैथ कैट वाला मैथ नहीं होता. वो क्या होता है? दैट इज समथिंग एल्स. दैट इज डिफरेंशिएशन, इंटीग्रेशन, मैट्रिसेस, डिटर्मिनेंट्स, कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर्स, XYZ. ओके. सो वो ये सब नहीं होता. सो टेक्निकली स्पीकिंग 10th के बाद किसी ने मैथ्स नहीं पढ़ा कैट टेकर्स में, जो यहां पूछा जा रहा है. ओके. सो पहले ना, व्हाई एम आई सेइंग दिस? आई एम नॉट सेइंग दिस टू belittle your problem. Your problem is not small, but it is everyone's problem. Don't make it too big in your head कि ये मेरा ही problem है. When you think that this is only my problem, that is when you make a problem bigger than what it actually is. And that affects your confidence. Don't let that happen. You stick to the plan. Okay. ये भी होगा कि तूने आज, if you cleared a topic, let's say percentages and simple interest, compound interest तुमने खत्म किया, you might get, if you do it properly in a week, that topic is very strong. 3 months down you might forget कि मुझे क्वार्टरली अगर कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेट करना है तो कैसे करना है. You might forget. You might need revision. We will do revisions in July, August, September. We as in you will do it. But first you need to complete as much as you can, है ना, in a structured manner. Get to the plan. Make a plan and stick to it. Whenever you find that your motivation is shaking, it is okay. Pull yourself up when you fall. That's all. It is difficult to say that no one falls. सब किसी के साथ नहीं होता, सब गिरते हैं. It's how fast you bounce back is what is important. Okay, great. One more question I'll take, sir. I have recently started my preparation, so I do not have enough time to cover up properly. Oh no, you have enough time, Deveshwar. So starting April 21st, all the way till November end, you have enough and more time if you use it right. So Deveshwar, first get these negativities out of your mind कि मैंने अभी शुरू किया है तो मेरा problem है. नहीं. I've seen people starting in August and September and still making it to the top B schools. I am Ahmedabad when I say that. Anuj Agarwal is a case in point. One of my students. So yeah, it is all possible. Okay. Yes, you might have more time when you move if you would have started earlier, but now whatever time you have, you utilize it right. Period. Okay. Let's go forward. I have about 10 minutes because I'm sure a couple of you have lectures at 9:30, the night class students. How many night class students here? Just say yes. So I know whether I want to continue with the session or not. Okay, we have a couple of you. Okay. So we'll stop the session at 9:30 sharp. Okay. Whatever I miss in this lecture or your questions, we can do it on next Tuesday for sure. I'll be catching you on next Tuesday. Okay, remember the brand. This is a Tuesday session. Okay. Chalo. You resource utilization. We've talked about this, but apart from this, you have two more things. There's something called OpenCat. OpenCat is a repository of years of resources that CL has produced, which is free of cost for all students, not just CL enrolled students. So this is an extra material that you already have in your my zone. Okay. So you have previous year question papers, previous year mocks, you have all of that available. You see those six blocks there: My Journey, Concept Mastery, Practice Hub, GP Ka Jugaad, PDP sessions, non-CAT test series. You have all of that available to you right now. Once go through a My Zone properly. I would very strongly recommend that. ठीक है. अच्छा, मैं इसके साथ end करता हूँ. I will not go forward. We'll talk about all of these things later. I'll stop with this particular slide because this was a question that some of you asked. 2 to 3 RCs per day. You have to do 2 to 3 RCs. If you don't have time, do 2. But you should do 2 to 3 RCs per day. Anyhow. If you're a WorkX guy, stick to 2. If you are a gap year person, you could go to 3, right? So you decide. 4 to 5 VA questions. If you VA is para jumbles, para summary, para completion, out of context questions, all of those questions, apart from RC, जो verbal में होता है. My suggestion is if you do daily dose, na, half of this is covered, or more than half of this is covered. So if you do daily dose only, this thing will be taken care of. But daily dose में क्या होता है? RC एक दिन होता है, फिर एक दिन VA होता है, फिर एक दिन RC होता है. So the day you don't have a daily dose of RC, you do 1 or 2 RCs on that day from the reading zone. So you can keep toggling between these, right? So daily dose भी करना है and reading zone में भी जाना है. Okay, so these are the two things. If you still have time, or if you're traveling to your office or college or whatever, read editorials. The Hindu, The Economist, Live Mint. इन सब में से editorial page पढ़िए. So editorial page में ना good quality language and good opinions. You will form a reading habit if you read this every day, or at least 5-6 days a week. Okay, now coming to DILR. DILR में you have to do 1 or 2 sets per day. Again, daily dose will take care of that, half of that. Okay. Now when I say 1 or 2 sets per day, आप लोग बोलोगे सर मैं करता तो हूं पर होता नहीं. I'm not able to solve the DILR set. I am not asking you to solve or get the answers of DILR set. I'm asking you to try the DILR set. So if you are going to do CAT DILR sets or CAT level के DILR sets, whether it is from daily dose, mocks, sectionals, whatever, राइट? तो आज आपसे हो नहीं जाएगा एंड दैट इज ओके, but you by practicing it for half an hour, 40 minutes, when you keep trying it, right, you are sharpening. So DILR में I am asking you not to track time कि 15 मिनट में करना है, नहीं होने वाला अभी देर से. अगर तेरे 40 मिनट में 2 क्वेश्चन भी निकलते हैं ना उस सेट के, दैट्स अ विक्ट्री. बट एक भी नहीं निकलता ना, इफ यू कांट टेक वन क्वेश्चन ऑल्सो, इट इज ओके. जस्ट keep trying so that you keep sharpening the thought process. And before you see the video solution, make sure you try the set enough. Okay? Don't worry about speed. Just practice. मैं तो बोलता हूँ एक्यूरेसी भी 2 महीने बाद आएगी थोड़ी बहुत. अभी सिर्फ प्रैक्टिस करना है. नाउ कमिंग टू क्यूए. क्यूए में मेरे हिसाब से 20 to 30 क्वेश्चंस डेली इफ यू डू, टॉपिक फोकस डेली डोज मिला के, गुड. If you do 30 questions daily, you are in a good zone. But if you do 50 questions one day or 2 days, 50, 50, 100, and then don't do anything for 4 days, that's a useless thing to do. उससे अच्छा है do 20 questions every day. The same 100 questions you do in 5 days, but do every day. Okay, so daily dose will help you with this. It's exactly 9:25. I can take one or two more questions, so we end in at 9:30. So let me go to that. I lost where I was. Arshit का question है, quant is structured, so I know what to do, but VARC I don't know how to ace it. So this answers your question. A lot of your questions are answered here. VARC में कुछ नहीं करना है, डेली डोज करो, जो चल रहा है कोर्स के साथ वो करो, एंड उसके अलावा रीडिंग जोन को एक्सप्लोर करो जब टाइम मिले. ये 3 चीजें ही करनी है and you will be good. Even if you don't solve VA questions right now, na, if you do reading practice, it is still enough. और चौथा editorials. ये 4 चीजें कर हर्षित, and you will improve on that. I think Anmol has asked a question, but he's left the chat. So Ayush, hi sir, sectionals or full length mocks, which should you focus on right now? जब भी mocks आ रहे हैं, full length mocks, you should take them on those dates, because उन dates के बाद analysis होता है. You can benefit from that analysis. That's one. Because a lot of times क्या होता है, मैं बाद में दूंगा, and then it piles up and you are not able to utilize it. So give it on the dates, or take it on the dates when it is scheduled, the mocks. Sectionals you can do whenever you want. So both are important. Okay. Utsav has another question, but he is left. Sakshi says, I'm not good score in VARC or RCs in Delhi. It's okay. You don't score right now in DLR and VARC. It is okay. Completely all right. Do not worry. Kajal says how to review mocks. Kajal, that is going to be one of the sessions. ये जो Tuesday sessions कर रहे हैं ना हम, there will be one particular session on how to review mocks. We'll do that, but we might do that in May or late May or early June maybe. Okay, but it's going to happen. Okay, let's move on. One or two questions more. Bipin be left. Okay. Aksa. Aksa says, I'm unable to find daily dose on my ID. Aksa, that's not possible. If you're still facing a problem and not able to find it, write it to support@careerlauncher.com. In fact, it is there in your MyZone. Support is at section is there in your MyZone at the bottom. So check it out. Tell them that you can't find your daily dose and they'll help you out. In case by chance you are not able to see it, they'll help you out. Okay, Aksa's question done. I think it's 9:28. Couple of you are asking me verbal quant DILR जो मैं बता चुका हूँ. Okay, उत्सव का एक question है. I've taken 2 mocks till now. Launchpad scored 92 percentile. अभी ये flex कर रहा है. But Flexi scored 55 percentile. I identified that my VRC is fluctuating. This is just the beginning, उत्सव. Okay. So analysis कैसे करना है मैं बताऊंगा. अभी के लिए mocks लेते रहो, prep करते रहो, daily dose करते रहो. ठीक है. जस्ट आज का सेशन एक बार वापस देखना है तो देख लेना. फॉलो व्हाट आई हैव सेड. and next Tuesday, let's catch up again. Okay. So with this, I am closing the session, guys. You can take down your questions. Every session you will get time to ask questions, but I can take only limited questions. So please, मुझे उसके लिए माफ कर देना. But I hope this session was useful. Just give me a yes or a no, very clearly. Yeah. Okay. A lot of you are saying thank you. You're welcome. Brilliant. Acha, before you go, just one quick minute, okay? Uh, I think you should go and check the last year's results that we have had. CL has had. I am Ahmedabad, I am Bangalore के results आ गए हैं. So allow me to just share this with you. You might like it, okay? Because that's what you are going to be next year. Just give me 1 sec. तो सेशन में लेट जाओगे तो ठीक है, बोल देना सजील सर ने रोक लिया था. Okay, so I am Bangalore. Only PGP, the main core course, is 147 conversions, final selections this year. And उसका दूसरा course है business analytics का, जिसमें 62. So we are sending 209 students to IIM Bangalore this year. Okay, IIM Ahmedabad भी बता देता हूँ आपको. 116 CL students for IIM Ahmedabad PGP and 10 to FABM course, Food and Agribusiness Management का course होगा. So that's 126 students going to IIM Ahmedabad, right? So 126 to IIM Ahmedabad, 209 to IIM Bangalore. That's where we are. Hope to see you there next class. Thank you so much and have a good night. Yes, Ayush, it is a big percentage of the total seats. Absolutely. Right. So have a good night, guys. See you next Tuesday. Right. Hope to see you there. Bye bye.